Hello, everyone, and welcome to the plane. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome on in. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? Hello, team. I see you lurking and peeking around there. Not me fixing my mic input. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back, finally, after the longest interlude game I've played to date. We are finally back with the next two games. Just relaxing? That's good to hear. Glad. Hope you guys are having fun in the VC and all that cool stuff. I'm doing alright. I'm a little sick, which sucks, because gonna have to attempt voice acting. It's gonna be worse than normal, but we got some throat tea here. A little bit hot. It's a little bit hot. I'm trying something new so I can have 2 cups of tea. I put it in a thermos and then pour a cup, but it makes it really hot, so now I have to wait. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Yeah, no problem. It's not too bad. It is what it is. But we are back with Apollo Justice after the longest interlude game. God, I can't think of the last, because I think the previous interlude game was Blooming Panic, and that one wasn't nearly as long. This one took like 2 or 3 months. Hush hush. Totally worth it though. But next interlude game, I will find a shorter game. I will find a much shorter thing. But we are back. What's up, team? Is not right, but so in case this is your first Apollo Justice or Phoenix Wright Professor Layton thing, this is something I've been doing for 3 years. Well, see, team, now you're about to hear the explanation. Hush Hush was an anomaly. What I've been doing basically since I started streaming, I think maybe it was only like I started maybe 4 or 5 months into streaming. I have been playing every single Phoenix Wright and every single Professor Layton game, because they both came out in double trilogies. When I first started, I only knew of one, like the first Phoenix Wright trilogy, and I knew about the Professor Layton trilogy. And so I found out that there was a crossover game. And so I began the journey of playing one game back to back. So I played Phoenix Wright, and then I played the first Professor Layton game, and I played the next, and so far and so forth. In between each game, I would pick a small little visual novel just to kind of give us a little break in between. And then we did the crossover game, which was incredible. Out of all the games we played, I think the crossover was my favorite. So, that was crazy. But we finished the crossover. And so now this journey continues. I really thought that crossover would be it. But then they remastered the Ace Attorney Apollo Justice trilogy. And Apollo Justice is Phoenix Wright's son. And there is another Professor Layton trilogy. And technically none of the Professor Layton games are considered trilogies. I'm just breaking them up into three because there's like 6 of them. I think there's like 8 or something. So we are basically in the next era of E2 plays these 2 game series. Unfortunately, there's no crossover again. So the crossover is kind of like the end of an era. This is now just aimlessly playing every Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton game until I run out, with the exception of the Ace Attorney prequel series, which I will not be playing on stream because I have already been watching a friend play that, and I don't really see the need for me to replay it. So with the exception of that, we have this trilogy, we have the next 3 Professor Layton games, we have the Edgeworth spin-off games, which I believe there are 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And I think obviously there's the new World of Steam coming out to Switch. Not really sure how or when I'm going to play that, but I would like to in the future. There is the Catriel Layton game. There are definitely more Layton games left than Phoenix Wright games, or I should call them Ace Attorney. But yeah, so we got at least another 3 years of content coming, baby. This is definitely the smartest decision I've ever made, because whenever I make a stream schedule, I always know what I'm going to play on Monday. For the past 3 years, I have always had Monday locked in. I knew exactly what I was going to be playing. So, well, I got that at least for another 3 years at the rate I'm going. So I'm excited for that. But today we begin Apollo Justice. I'm so excited. I'm so happy after Hush Hush to finally bring back after all this time the attorney's badge. That's right, baby. I have earned my attorney's badge. We're putting it on. We are going back to the law offices, and I'm so excited to wear it now. What other visual novels are you thinking of playing? I don't know yet, because this could be this could take 3 months to get through, so that is way out. I have a couple planned, you know, like I just have like a wish list or games in my Steam library that I'm like, yeah, this kind of works. And they don't all specifically have to be visual novel games, but I don't really want to broaden it to just short indie games. I do want to stick to more voice acting themed or whatever. So but yeah, I'm always down for suggestions. But yeah, but today we begin. I'm so excited. I had to open up the game last night just to make sure everything ran well, and you know, capturing and audio was all set up. And oh, just looking at the menu, I didn't dig too deep in the menu, but I'm so pumped. Steins Gate, I'm not doing Steins Gate, team. I'm talking short visual novels that won't make me want to die. Plus, I think you've already recommended this to me, and I've already said I'm not doing it. I'm like short. I don't like Hush Hush is the absolute maximum of length of visual novel. In all defense, I've played I did play through Hush Hush twice, so there is that, but not saying Steins Gate is bad, but no, I've heard it's a very dark stuff. So, but it's also pretty long though. I like shorter games because it's just supposed to be a break in the action, you know, to I don't know, just have like a different feel, so that way it's just a lot of other stuff. I didn't recommend Higurashi. That's true, you didn't. Other people have. So, but hey, if you have any short like indie visual novels, you know, I'm 100% down for those or whatever. Stuff that you normally wouldn't find. But not to say that I can't play something popular, but and I'm not playing another Sugar Daddy Simulator. I'm not doing that again. But I do have that developer saved in case he does anything crazy, because he's a weirdo. You gotta keep an eye on him. But I'm so excited. I want to get started. I don't really have anything to say. Let's go. And here we are. Look into my wish list. Ooh. Oh man. I don't even have nostalgia for this music yet, but I know I'm going to soon. But here we go. Let me just tighten up my mic a little bit here. Okay. So we're going to the game selection. Audio a bit loud? Yeah, let's turn that down. That's the microphone. Yeah, I usually put that 35. Let's go about there. Bump that up to like there. Sure. We'll have to wait till we get into the actual game. All right, so here we go. This is our first game. It's just called Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. There are 4 games in the series. Oh man, there's 4. I thought this, no, it's a trilogy. The second game is Dual Destinies. Phoenix Wright is back in the title. So rest in peace, Apollo Justice. Third game in the series is Spirit of Justice. Apollo Justice is also, wait, what? Did they just give up? Wait, did they just give up? I thought this was all about him. I know Phoenix Wright is in this game, but I thought the whole trilogy, because right, it's called the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Am I crazy? It's called the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Why is he only in the first game? Well, at least his name. Yeah, because they just give up and they're like, actually, it's actually Phoenix Wright. JK. So the third one is Spirit of Justice. And the final game, oh, this is just a museum. This contains spoilers. Then we will get out of here. Be lurking mostly, but no worries. Enjoy your lurk and stuff like that. I think we just got to get right into it. 4 episodes in this first game, so it's going to be a little bit shorter. Probably, I don't know. I'm excited. I know nothing about this. Even though this game's been out for years, I know nothing. I know no spoilers, no anything. I think there's an anime about it. Possibly will be watching the anime when it's back. Thank you for the hydration. When I'm done here. Because that was fun watching the anime with you guys in Discord. So I think there's an Apollo Justice anime. I haven't heard many people talk about it, but it is out there. I think. I could be wrong. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's just get started. New game. Here we go. Apollo Justice. Turnabout Trump. Oof. Oof. Oh, we got a pencil man. An artiste. Whew. And just in case you're wondering, I am playing this on controller because for some reason I like playing visual novels on controller. Showdown time. Whoa, just like Balatro. You lose. Eek! Blood. Alrighty, we got some absolutely fine E2 voice acting. Yeah, there's cards. It was 2 full houses. And then he murdered somebody. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, here we are. Back in the law office. It feels so good. April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. All right. I'm just gonna give Apollo the same voice as Phoenix because it's just mostly my voice and he's the main character. And my justification is, he's there. It's his son, so it's basically the same thing. I don't care. Panicked, palms sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Ah, good morning. Let's see who this is. Oh. I think this is the prosecutor. Good morning, sir. Kristoff, what a cool name. Give him the Kristoff from Frozen. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. God, his name is... His last name is Justice. It's so silly. Wound up, sir? No, I'm fine. I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial. And it's a homicide, I guess. Justice. Or I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Chords of Steel. Man. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. Hey, that's gonna be me in like 1 minute. But don't keep drinking this tea. Now, who is this guy? Is he our he's not our prosecutor. He's our like helper, right? Our mentor. Does that mean he's gonna die at the end of this case? He's gonna get murdered, isn't he? As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. Ooh. Some may call him the Drift King. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I don't know if you heard a gulp. I'll be preparing our case. Okay, so he's our mentor guy. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Probably should have done that way before this, but okay. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. An ace attorney! And today's my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, and of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. No way, apparently. There's our man. There's our man. Who could that be? Who could this man be? I wonder who it is. I recognize that hairstyle. Also, this is something I have been spoiled about, but I guess it's like literally the first thing you see, so it's not a big deal. Whoa! Good, morning. Morning. It's up to you today. First trial, nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. Hey, he's got a different personality. He's a little pretty different than Phoenix so far. I mean, Phoenix was nervous, but he was like sort of a confident nervous. This guy's just a nervous. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, you're fine. I'm fine. Ah, Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Am I losing my mind? Is Apollo Justice not Phoenix's son? Did people just lie to me and nobody corrected me? You know, I'm not gonna Google it because I Googled something like this once and I got spoiled for something, so I'm not gonna Google this. I'm just gonna assume that I'm wrong and that nobody corrected me in like the past year or so. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend. So why, you're not supposed to... Yeah, you're not supposed to be, like, a lawyer with as a friend or something. That's not a good idea. Run what by you? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, it's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Okay, I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. No, corrected you. Oh, that Apollo Justice was Phoenix Wright's son. I mean, I'm 2 minutes into the game, so they could just be, this could just be a twist. That Apollo Justice is Phoenix Wright's son. I just keep saying that. And I assumed I don't know who I heard it from, but I heard it from someone. And I keep saying it. And no one said no, so maybe it's right and they're just, maybe we don't recognize him? I don't know. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh my god, it's Pain! Bonk. The first bonk! I haven't said bonk in a long time. Alright, well first off, that's autoplay, so don't press that button. We have records we can save and load. How many save slots do we get? We get 10 save slots, not bad. Is there any log? Oh, X is history. The court is now in session. All right, court record. How long did I yearn, guys? It's my attorney's badge. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to present this immediately. Just putting it on makes me feel ready. All right, we also have Smith's autopsy report. Time of death was around 2 a.m. They were up playing late. April 17th, death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Oh, wait, we can actually look at this. Okay, yeah, obviously. We don't know his name or his age. Name is Shady Smith. Shady Smith. Come on, man. Shady. I hate this game. Hey, at least this time I figured it out. Like instantly. The last time I played this game, I waited till the end of the case till I realized that saw it is like he saw it. All right, so I found that out instantly before they even said his name. Time of death 1:45 a.m. to and 2:15. Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting blunt trauma to the forehead. Okay. He's not Phoenix's son, bro. My life is a lie. I don't know why. Maybe if no one wanted to make me feel bad because I've been saying that for so long and nobody stopped me. I guess it could also be nobody knew, because not too many people I know, at least in stream, who have played this game. All right, look at that man. He is out like a light. I don't see anything weird in the picture right now. And then we got Christoph Gavin. He's 32, boss at Gavin Law Office, a first-rate defense attorney, and my trusted mentor. Yeah, he's definitely gonna die. He's gonna die in the next case, 100%. ... or question mark. My first client. Just standing in front of this guy makes me nervous. Shady Smith, the victim in this case, a traveler, only recently back in the country. Winston Payne, my favorite guy. Dude, he's 61. He's still going. What a Chad. I love Winston Payne. He's so cool. Definitely the best lawyer in the game. Hey, Ice, welcome on in. You're just in time for the start of the game. How are you doing? Prosecuting attorney. For all his experience, he lacks a certain presence. He's good. He's good. He's still here. He's not like, he hasn't had to kill anyone. He hasn't had to, tamper with evidence. He's just a guy. He's good at his job. Yeah, he loses some cases, but not everyone wins every case. He's not the main character, and he knows that. Dude, Winston Payne, top tier attorney or prosecutor, I guess. Playing BG3. I hope you're having fun. You too. Hope it's fun. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Too late. I like him. Look at how cute he is. I like his forward-facing ahoge. Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Long or short? I'd consider that short. Maybe. I'll have to check. I'll have to see how long Hush Hush, how long I've been playing Hush Hush for, and that'll be my baseline or my max line. Mr. Gavin. Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have cords of steel? Bonk. Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. There he is. There he is. I wonder who it is, guys. Who could it possibly be? ... This truly is an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see. Mr. Wright, there he is! Hey. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright. Piano player. He's a piano player. Really? He retired and became a piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? Does that mean we get his file? Yes. 33 years old, so it's only like 10 years. So we like gave up. He retired very soon. Because like, I mean, I guess maybe he's not. Formerly ace attorney, pianist at the Borscht Bowl Club, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Some renown. But I think the game ended when he was like 22, 24 at the oldest. So if he's 33, he retired. I mean, regardless, if he's not, he retired very young. I don't know. Maybe attorneys retire young because like that is a lot of pressure and you make enough money to retire. Depending. Definitely Phoenix Wright. Well, no, because he was always like poor. So I don't know. I won't speak of it further then. If the also, why are you still here, Judge? You speaking of people who should retire. You're like 600 years old, man. It's time. Bring back your Canadian younger brother. If the prosecution would be so kind to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. Ah, Winston Payne, subtle as ever, I see. Ahem. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him wham on the head. Smack! Killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was? The pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, the pianist. This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Ooh. It was not wine, just a grape juice bar. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. He doesn't drink. Interesting. What a lad. Actually, that makes sense for Phoenix. The court accepts the deadly bottle. Deadly bottle as evidence. Alright, what does it say here? Grape juice bottle used as the murder weapon bears the defendant's, Mr. Wright's, fingerprints. Whoa, we can move around. No speed. Oh, we could spin. Guys, they brought back the spin. Let's go. Spin. Wait, does that mean I could spin my attorney's badge? Spin. Oh my god. This is the best game ever. This is the game now. Spin the attorney's badge. Cut off. There is about 14 hours. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that. Let's see. Alright, what does this say? There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine! Proof that I'm an attorney. Good one. Nice one, Apollo. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Me too. I love showing it to people. In fact, that's all I do. Alright. I like this new, like, music, though. Very, like, introspective, spacey stuff. I'm a fan. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. The bottle's completely empty. Okay. These games were made for the DS, I believe, so... Yeah. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. I'm way ahead of you, Kristoff. This, even though it is technically my first court date, is not my first court date. So, yeah. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record? Right, I've heard of that. Use RB. I guess my favorite real-life thing. Use RB to look at evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use RB. Sounds like the time for some hands-on action. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? Guys, it's just like Genshin, for real. Arby's, we have the meats. That's a good one, nice. Good one. According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. Slay the Princess? I have heard of Slay the Princess. I've not heard of Scarlet Hollow, though. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant. That too was unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Club on Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing. That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. If this is your first Ace Attorney game, just know that this is nothing like real court. You do also have to prove motive. And yeah, if you don't have an airtight case, you immediately lose. So don't assume this is anything like real court. So if you're like, that's not how that works, it's probably because it isn't. We spent a lot of time figuring out motive. Both, I'll check them out. I will definitely take a look at them. I think I have Slay the Princess in my wish list. I'm not totally sure though. I will 100% check them out. It won't be a while till I get to it, but I definitely need to start building up a queue. All right, let's see what his motive is. At least not playing the piano playing. I'll let this fellow explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? Gambling is illegal. That's a crime in and of itself. Wow. No way that everyone in the courtroom would be like, oh yeah, it's crazy. I would never gamble. Let me just open up my Wuthering Waves real quick. I would never gamble. Not very realistic. Yeah, no, it's definitely not, but it's so good. It is so good. It's entertainment. I'd rather do this court than like a Judge Judy court. So, which really has nothing to do with it, but it's fine. Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Objection! Oh, that was Kristoff. I was like, that seems a little bit too low for Apollo, but yeah. It is true the defendant is engaged in a game of poker with the victim. And it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition. Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. It is entertaining, yes, yeah. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in attempt to mystify those present and impress women. I don't think he needs to do much in that. I think he does that just by existing. That will be our first order of business here then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Ended up in your library. As much as I appreciate that, I would not recommend it because there is a chance that it might sit there forever. So I appreciate it, but I also, it may never ever be downloaded, and I would not want money to be wasted. Bonk. Especially with my like over 50 games that have yet to be downloaded. So very well, defendant. But that is very, I'm assuming if you're saying what I'm saying, that is very kind of you. There's a chance it might. We shall see. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. All right, here we go. The competition. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Well, yeah, because you probably retired like a year ago, and piano takes a long time. So, probably makes sense that, I don't know, unless you dedicated your life to piano playing. In 2 years, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he retired a long time ago and he's just bad. My real job is to take on interested customers over a poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. And so it is a game, and our customers are happy. Okay. Increases the odds. It does, I suppose. As long as the game doesn't make me depressed inside. A pianist who can't play piano. Sing us the song, You're Not the Piano Man. Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination, don't blow it. Are you all right? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? Good one. Good one. It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Oh, you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gappin for a refresher? I should. Why not? Better be safe than sorry, especially this early in the game. That works on 2 levels, because this is a game. Also, that's a really silly pose for him. That's so funny. It's like such a JoJo pose. He went way too hard with this. But I don't know. Maybe they have new mechanics, so probably a good thing to learn. Yes, teach me. I know nothing. All right, well, I don't know. That's a little bit too much, Apollo. Indeed. Your job... He agrees. He's like, yeah, no, you don't know crap. Your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence to the court from the court record with RB. But I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now. A good sign that you'll need to press the witness with LB. Ah, yes, the other button, the LB. For more information. Press him? Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. But Mr. Wright is isn't Mr. Wright my client? Well, think you can do it. Yes, thank you, sir. Actually, yeah, usually we don't start with the witness. Usually we start with good old Gumshoe. God, I don't even remember what voice I gave Gumshoe. I'll have to figure something out. I think I can do it. Maybe he's not in the game. Maybe he retired because he was older than Phoenix. But he's also a cop, not a... or a detective, not a lawyer, so maybe he doesn't need to retire. He definitely didn't make enough money to retire. I think you'd better, or we're going to have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistency, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies? Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. This is actually interesting, yeah, that we are starting off by cross-examining our defendant. So that's pretty cool. The competition. Also, they made the little splash art smaller. Usually their faces are bigger when they, you know, they slide across. I'm a pianist, but all right, we gotta press. You can hardly play. Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist. It's a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. And why are you really at the Borschtball Club? They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. So he's also a professional poker player. Bah, do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine. Yeah. Your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. What? I don't know what squeaks out of my voice sometimes. Winston always brings out the best and the worst in me. I played poker for 7 years in that little room. 7 years! And I've never lost. Once. What? You see why the customers come now. Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. Except it's not a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. But you don't... You win, you don't draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. Professionals lose all the time, dude. What are you talking about? He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? Oh, that draw was literally supposed to be like the point. Like they make, can you even draw in poker? I don't think you can. I don't think, is it possible to draw? I guess, no. Because that would require duplicate cards. I guess maybe if two people had two pair, if they both had 2 pair of the same cards and the exact same duplicate card, because I don't think it's based off of suit. I suppose you could draw. Or is that literally what happened in the open and I wasn't paying attention? I think that's literally what happened in the open. I just wasn't paying attention. I should have looked at the actual numbers of the cards. I knew that they were full houses. I did not actually check the numbers on and faces of the cards. I should have done that. Is that even possible? The room where it happened. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? Yeah, that's quite a history, actually. The Borschtball Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? Oh, in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say, suffice to say it that, oh my god. Welcome back to my voice acting. I can't read. Suffice to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through a small window. I can practically picture it now. That window looked like it'd be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. Yeah, isn't it literally? It's not a window, it's a cupboard. It's a glass cupboard. The room had a few other tricks to it. No, it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in the steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all good. Just good, clean fun. Looks like we have an ad coming out soon. So I hope you enjoy them. And I hope you get something good while we keep pressing Phoenix here. 2 decks of cards. Oh, I'm dumb. Well, yeah, there's our answer. That's how you draw. You have 2 decks of cards. You can get a duplicate hand. Okay. There we go. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. Yeah, that makes it way easier. Thank God this happened during an ad so I can talk about how much of a nerd I am. I used to be a card magician. No, yeah. I feel like having 2 would make it way easier to cheat. Because there'd be always one to preoccupy and you could misdirect, I don't mess with the other one. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. It's not, but go on. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck was red, the other was blue. This really just sounds like a magic trick. It just sounds like a color-changing magic trick. As I recall. Also, if you have 2 different colored cards, if you have a good card counter, that would make it way easier. You would want them to be the same color, because otherwise you would be able to know. Well, that, it would make, if you're a card shark, it would make it way easier. And if you're someone as good as Phoenix Wright, he's probably a card shark. So having 2 different colors makes it easier. As I recall in poker, you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. It's not! It's not easy to cheat. Do you know how hard it is to cheat in poker? In any card game, it's not easy. People spend years of their life just learning how to manipulate a deck of cards, let alone cheat unnoticed. It's not easy to cheat, dude. Huh. Yeah, a game of hands. Sleight of hand? Bonk. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room at the very moment the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear the crime objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. So Phoenix is just like training him. He's like, I got this kid. This kid's all mine. I'll teach him. All right, looks like the ads have ended. You didn't miss anything. Nothing weird happened. I didn't talk about my previous life. We just learned about poker and moved on. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like to made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Bonk. Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. It's one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony. Good job. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. All right. Silence? Oh, thanks, team. I'm glad you enjoy this. Because there are times when I don't. I'm like, what am I doing? But I appreciate that, team. That makes me happy. Thanks. A defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around. In our favor, yes, bro. Everyone else is like, are they like working together? Like, this feels really... Everyone's like, what is he doing? Why is he so preachy? He's gonna get sent to prison. Great, like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait, something he said did sound a little strangely. Wait, did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. What was it? When you figure it out, I'd suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. A contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? I'd better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. I think it was the last one because we have his fingerprints, so... Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let me skip through here. So that's really nice. So you can't see it because my big fat head is blocking it, but now they have a little I guess you can't see my cursor. That's fine. They have a little tracker, so depending on what page you are of the testimony, so now I can like scroll through. That's really nice. I like that a lot because I would always get confused as to what testimony I'm on or what page of the testimony I'm on. You'd have to go by how faded out the arrows on the side of the screen are. That's really nice. Okay. All right, so it's this. Now, I am gonna make a save, even though I already know what the answer is. Because there is one thing I must do before. As the first presentation of the game, I must let everyone know that I am, in fact, an attorney. This is my attorney's badge. I got opening objection for having presented the wrong evidence. Let's go! I got an achievement for presenting the wrong evidence. Let's go! It's my attorney's badge, Your Honor. I have to show it. I have to. Everyone must know I'm an attorney. Your Honor, this statement contradicts the evidence. It does. I don't see any contradictory. You're sure about that? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Justice. That didn't go so well. Now, I will not reload the save because I deserve that one, but it's fine. All right, so let's actually do this. So the real objection or contradiction is the fact that he has fingerprints. Objection! And you know you did it right when the music cuts out. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said. He's like, okay. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Oh my god, he can flick his hair! He gets better every game. I love him. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. I was just gonna say that. Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can... Oh, we've been shouting in the courtroom for years. You let me shout. I don't care. The first time somebody gets called out for yelling in the courtroom. He's like, oh man, I thought that was my moment. I blew it. Look at that, though. That's cute. You got a little blush. That's cute. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. What do you mean? How dare you take away yelling from the courtroom? This is an Ace Attorney game. Yelling is what we do best. It makes it intense. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints don't prove he... See, he yelled. Your Honor, he yelled. Why does he get to do it? I'm old enough. I'm a big boy. I'm allowed to yell. Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. Okay. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted. And there can only be one reason for that. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yes, to brain someone with the bottle. Also, someone has been drawing these pictures, so can't wait for these pictures to show up. Ah! Oh, whoa, look at that face. Mr. Gavin, I think Jinx just took the turn for the worse. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's good reason for everything, you'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on the bottle in court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. He's like, I gotta build up the suspense, you know, before I give you all the answer. We're gonna be here for a couple hours, and then I'll let you know the real truth. I could clear this up in 3 seconds, but I want to have some fun. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Objection! Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. There's nothing to object there. I love that, like, a lot of times the objections, like, I'm not even talking in like a legal sense. Most of the objections in this game are not legal, like they don't even make sense legally, but like half of them don't even make sense like logically. Like, bro just said a sentence. Objection. I don't want to hear you talk. Oh man. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that... Really? He said Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from the near scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. It is so entertaining. They can yell all they want. Near the scene. Let's take a look at that diagram of the murder scene, shall we? It's first for me. Bro is reclining. I can do that now. Should I do the rest of the stream like that? Just recline. Bro is having a good time. He is laid back. I don't know why I find that pose so funny. It's just, he's having a night. I guess he's dead, but he's having a good time. An accurate representation of how I'm sitting right now. The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement, 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see. And this phone is the phone that made the call. Right, cell phone. Okay. Enter the court record. Used by the defendant to notify the police. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he chose. Something. Band-Aid.
Wow, the battery is being held with a piece of tape. Should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it, or he just doesn't care. Spin. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative? Irk. I say, Mr. Gavin, I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That is a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. He. You're as good as they say you are. Apollo's standing next to him being like, yeah, I'm really not doing anything this time. I understand why the next two games are not having my name in the title. I blew it. Well, someone else was in the room the night of the crime. Must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up until now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Bonk. Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Oh my god, who's this? She's got a little, Russian hat? No. I don't know, but it's a cute hat. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? Oh, come on, man. You're not that blind. She's not that short. I surmise that she has been frightened by the defensive's demonic-looking horns. What do you mean? So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people. A little? I mean, not as much as Phoenix, but like... What do you mean a little? Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? Oh, so it is that. Oh, screw you, lady. Man. I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure, it is okay. Oh, she's cute. Now the prosecution. Oh, wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia? A chicken pot pie and a camera. Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. She's a cooking influencer, obviously, guys. Oh man, cooking vlogger. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. Okay, I'm employed as a waitress at the Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming... Or that is naming... What? To serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform, how is it said, other service. Oh, she can't speak English that well. Okay, I get it. I'm not trying a Russian accent. Maybe I should. I don't know. What do Russian accents sound like? I take it these other services is taking customers' pictures. Da. Like, for example, this one. I don't know, man. Oh, thank you. I'll have to just Google Russian accents for next week. That's the defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Triple bonk, first triple bonk. Order, order! This is quite the piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. It is same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Casually accept evidence. The defendant is Mr. Smith in the Borscht Club. Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
Take a look at this first. All right. God, that guy looks so cool, but like, where's his head? Like, where his head just got cut in half. Bro has no head. Got no brain. Also, oh my God, Phoenix wearing the Birkenstocks? Yikes. Talk about a midlife crisis. Poor Phoenix. I hope no one here wears those. It's fine. Okay, it's fine to wear them. But this is like a restaurant. This is a crazy fit to be wearing in public. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't like exposing my feet. All right. I don't like it. I wear socks all the time. So maybe that's just the me thing. I would never wear these in public. Granted, I don't even own those. Let me know how wrong I am. Am I wrong? Do people like wearing sandals and I just don't? I feel like I'm in the wrong. I feel like most people wear sandals. I was in room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? It is room where famous gangster, bad guy. What? Bad guy. Ah, I didn't miss these names. I'm just kidding. I did miss these names. These names are awesome. Bad guy was arrested. Is room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. Well, thank you. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want copy of. So there, she just ignored it. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. But did she witness it, though? The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley are witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means bunk. Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about the night's events. Okay, so this is where we get her perspective. Right. I'm gonna pour some more tea very quickly here. I think I have about 1 cup left. Yeah, basically. Close enough. It's also very hot. Woo, that's hot. Okay. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played hard with hats on. Duh. The victim, he plays the whole time with hands on locket at his neck. Ooh, wait. Wait. Phoenix has a locket on his neck. Ooh. That looks like the same locket. Although his is chains. And Phoenix is a string. That last hand is done, but something terrible has happened, The man flew at the victim, his strangling him to death. The man flew at the victim. Strangling? Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious the winner was the victim, Mr. Smith? Objection! Maybe he's a sore winner, Your Honor. Maybe he hates to win, and he killed him because he wanted to lose. Case closed. Oh, man. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose my first case 7 years as a prosecutor either. Yeah, he hasn't lost a case. Yeah. Actually, no, he might have not. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Ah, here we go. So this were the cards. Yeah, I thought they... Wait, but they weren't the same, so it's not a draw. These are poker chips, as they lay the very moment of the crime.
The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far left side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Da, I mean, yes. See?
Is he Russian? Some crazy pain lore.
I mean, yes, imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
I'm learning a whole lot of lore about these characters. I'm a big fan. I think he means the poker face. Oh my god. He does not have a very good poker face. Maybe he did back in the day. And now he's old and he's like, I don't care. I'll show my expressions.
Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
Bro, that's like what? Like maybe $50? All right.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
All right, let's take a look at the picture. I don't really see anything. I see 2 spades in the background, a heart in the bottom left corner, full house, chips, no red deck of cards, so there is that. Those could have been the ones thrown on the ground though. The bottle, I mean, it's on the table, so it's not big of a reach, but the bottle is on the victim's side of the table, so it could be that too. All right, here we go. Our first actual cross-examination. See, they made them like smaller. They used to be a lot bigger. The little faces that slide in. Whoops. You are dealing cards. Do you do this often? Da, I am doing this. It's customer wishes it. I serve anything. Borscht cards, more borscht. It is my work.
It's good to hear the place hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Club, where borscht is warm as the waitress. I don't know if Russian people V their W's. I don't know if they do. Just making that up. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. Did that get added to the court record? No. That'd be funny if it did. Also, wait, let's check out her, Ooh, we can't see person's case files here. Okay. It's already April. How could it be cold? Bro. Bro. Me sitting at like 30 degrees out right now. How could it be cold in May? At Borscht Club, we have pride in authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside is city in spring, but inside is always cold as Mother Russia. No way I'm going in there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is the best seasoning, da? Okay. Is locket? I believe it was good luck charm, da? He gripped it many times he played that night.
Yes, he must have felt it as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though, if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift.
An offense with like a clarification? This is a locket we're talking about. I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? It's not a rocket.
Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that.
Did she say rocket and I wasn't paying attention? I totally just read it as locket. Yeah. She said locket. Bro, you need to retire. Judge, you need to get off the stand. You're getting a little too old, or buy a hearing aid or something. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding. So, what happened next? Thank you for getting us on track, Payne. Something terrible.
The defense will refrain from needlessly shouting. Sorry, I need to seriously reconsider the vocal training thing. Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. Duh, I trembled with fear. Okay. But defendant would never do such a thing. Well, now, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker? Perhaps it's because defendant has lost game. Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it was always with men like him, winners or make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir, leave it to me. There's only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, I've got you now, Orley. So she did it. Okay, so this is a facade. She takes pictures as evidence? I don't know. So it says strangling to death, so I'm almost certain that it is the court record, because it says a blow to the forehead. Objection! The music stopped. That means we got it right, baby. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Duh, normal customers only choke on bush. No, I mean this report shows the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Good catch. Some Spider-Man moment. I really want to rewatch the Spider-Man movies. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I really want to rewatch the Spider-Man movies now. Oh, man. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. I mean, you gotta put the hat back on. Yeah, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Here's a photo. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This hat certainly was hit. Good observation. Photo of forehead. Yeah, hat removed during investigation. But I haven't seen it. I have seen it happen. Defendant, he lunged at the victim, his neck. Oh, really, Miss Orley? I think I caught you in your own lie this time. I guess, yeah, maybe she didn't do it. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you shouldn't. You should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as too much. There's thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking out loud too much, too. Alright. So there's another contradiction that I missed. Alright. They deal cards for the game. Both players had hats on. I mean, they did, but that hat is definitely not for warmth. Where he plays the whole time. He plays the whole time with his hand on the locket at his neck. I mean, he does have the locket. Oh, there's no locket in the picture. Yeah, the locket's gone. The locket is gone. Think of it, hydration team. And the stretch. Stand up. Give up. Boy. Woo. Got a little bit lightheaded from that one, but thanks, team. I appreciate it. So I think it's this. The victim, he plays the whole time with his hand on his locket at his neck. I'm gonna read the others just to make sure here. Hit him with the bottle. Okay, so you just updated that. All right, well, I want to repress this here because this is new.
Hold it!
You didn't say anything about hitting before. This is so sorry. I might be forgetting this, Da. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. Oh, Da, I'm sorry, Your Honor. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. That's it? The defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind, and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely. So he strangled him, then he got or hit him. Something's fishy about all this. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room. Okay, here we go. I think it's this here. We'll go ahead and actually make a genuine save here. And I will oversave. Because now we are locked into this. Alright. So we present this, because you can't see it in this picture, but you definitely can't see it in this one. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. What does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket at his neck. I believe that she said, I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Every time I look, it makes me laugh. Sorry, that was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe the witness's testimony as is, the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait, don't you mean the defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all? He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah! Erk! Bonk. Defendant, what do you mean? What do you have to say to this? Oh, he is wearing it, right? Is that not the same one? I mean, they clearly obscured his, like, chest, so you can't see it. I don't know. It's, like, so close. It's got to be the same one. It is the same one, right? There's no way there's a difference. Like, those are the same thing. Yeah, they're the same shape. Shay. Yeah. I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh. You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Ooh. Come again? So this is where I got confused. Totally. I blame it on this. Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. Who's the mother? I suppose it could be adoption. It's an option, for sure, with Edgeworth. Mr. Wright has a locket, too. Why don't I buy this? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Well, now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Do you have something you'd like to say, Olga? Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Da. This is either a really, really good act or someone else is involved. I feel like it's not her. I feel like they wouldn't drop the twist villain. I don't know. I guess they could. But I have to think about this in Phoenix Wright logic. Hear me out. What if the real villain is hiding in her parka? Could happen. Crazier stuff has happened in Phoenix Wright lore. So, what if they're hiding in the parka? I don't know. The game began with 3,500 chips for each man. House chips came in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. For the last hand, defendant play with all chips on the table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and... Oh, forget the strangulation, I guess. Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. Not really. There's like so few chips on the table, that's anyone's game. You could totally win that. Because poker is totally just a game of luck. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor. Whoa, stop auto-playing that. And now I regret what I've done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. It'd be funny if this whole time the judge never, like, went to college. He just watched a bunch of court movies and said, I should be able to get the job, and then he got it. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Alright, 35 points in chips. Are those the usual starting points? Were there any special rules used? No, not special. Unusual. Usual game. Usual rules. Each man began with 3,500 points. Then... the total would be... exactly 7,000 points. Hey, you got it. I'd make that mistake. I'm really bad at adding. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. Dude, I'm so bad at adding. I might have gotten all the way through Calc 3. I am so bad and so slow at adding. I can't do it. So, I get the judge on this one. I also love how bro had nothing to say to me. He just dots. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Duh, of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Yeah. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? Poker chips are poker chips. They are not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motor Wait. Why do they keep skipping? Not a motorcycle cop. Ah. Anyone get that reference? I'm not old. I feel like chips was still pretty popular though. Not a... Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they dollars? Rubles even? Yet, as I have been saying before, it was a game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Don't you indoctrinate my stream, Olga? Don't you indoctrinate with your communist propaganda. There's only one person I will allow to propagandize the stream, and that is Cherino. Because she is our fearless leader, and I will support her. Communist regime. But not you. You have not earned that right. You have not earned the right to give us your communist propaganda. How dare you? I am a capitalist scum. Except for Cherino. She can be a communist. That's okay. 2 types of chips, 100 points and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, duh. Justice. Sir. Alright, we gotta count. We gotta count. Math time. Professor Layton has prepared me. So, the big ones are 1,000, the small ones are 100. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright, already we're over the... right? They said 1,000 and 100. 100 points and 1,000 points. Unless the smaller ones are the 1,000. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, no, it's the other way around. The small ones are 1,000, the big ones are 100. Okay. Would you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I've had it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony? Yeah. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. He's like, I don't know, but I know I need to. Well, witness, if you would be so kind. Your honor. 100, the others with 1,000. Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten. Sorry. I'm fine. Better think of something to ask. And quick. 2 types of chips. Yeah? The small ones are 100, the big ones are 1,000? Right? Right, of course. Ha! Don't waste our time. Is that all? Yeah. Gulp. Great. Sir Gavin made me stop her, and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice. Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? Here's a clear contradiction, and the information you have in your hands. What? Wait, oh, so I really was supposed to count that? Okay. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten after all. Calculation. So they really want you to do math? They really want you to do math? What is this, a Professor Layton game? Man. Alright, let's keep pressing though, even though I know that's what you're supposed to press on. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing. Duh, it must have not been most unlucky day for him. I'm glad I did not take other picture of him. It would break camera, certainly. The chips, they went always to victim's side of table. So, you're telling us it was a one-sided game? Duh, one-sided, and... Last hand? It was largest points of any hand. The defendant's hand was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind. It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. And is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's. One with the highest number wins, so defendant loses. The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next. Once cards laid down on the table, it happened. Whoa. I just noticed I dropped a lot of frames. My bad. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Stream's still up, right? Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. I didn't notice that was happening. Oh, and we have ads starting soon. Here we go. And what happened next? Even to think of it now, I shake and tremble. Duh. I did not believe such thing would happen. What such thing? Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur? What such thing? Nyat. The defendant had been hitting the victim. I saw it happen, all right before me. I saw a bottle coming down on victim's head. Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of her crime. Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Yes, sir. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice. Alright, ads are starting now. Have fun. I hope you have a good time. Alright, so I assume we press here. We press with this picture? Yeah. You sure it was the victim who won? Are you absolutely sure? Would that mean that he won, though? Because I didn't count in the opposite direction. So that would be, yeah, 4,100 over 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 30. Oh, yeah. No, he totally won. But still, he would. That's still a losing hand. And if they went all in, a lose is a lose. Oh, it seems our new attorney is a bit confused. At a glance, the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sakes, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see a small chips, and I see large chips. Tell me, which is worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh! Oh, I thought so too. But the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in total, in chips. The combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5. Where'd you get a 1 from, my guy? Where'd you get a 1 from? They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? Oh, they're really annihilating each other with this kindergarten stuff. 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Both were right? The chip count was wrong? None of these are right. Starting points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. Both were right. Maybe what does that mean, chip count? Is it this? I don't know. I know it's because they flopped them. I don't know. The odd thing is the number of chips, right, Mr. Gavin? Why are you asking me? Just in case. It's your case I'm concerned about. Welcome back from ads, everybody. I hope they were fun. All we did was realize that we could do math and that the big ones were actually the big ones were the $100 ones. And the small ones were the $1,000 ones. And now I'm trying to figure out, how do I tell them this? If you're wondering about the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there. I don't know. Even our judge with his failing eyesight could count them. It's not the only thing that's failing the judge. Let me ask you again. The starting points were right, though. So they're both right? Oh, I'm talking... Okay, I see. So what she said was right. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. While the chips are indeed shown in the photograph, then there can only be one answer. Well, what was it? The value of each chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness, other madness. Show me a photograph of the chip skin. There are 6 small chips, 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. He's like, I know you did all the work, man. I'm trying my best. What now? But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but the change is nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips, bro. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ah! At least the judge remembered how to count. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. Oh. I just need a moment. I need a moment, guys. I need a moment to rethink my life. All right, moving on. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant, 4,100 points. Well, now, it seems Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yarg! Yarg? Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips. Since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you? I don't want to do that again. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Order, order, order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. No. We must now ask ourselves whether we can... Excuse me, what is it, Miss Orley? I did not want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see, Say what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was a cheat. Okay. A cheat? You don't mean... a trick? Wait, do you mean... a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was a cheat in the last hand. This is why the game ends with chips as they are. Great. That's great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about the cheating in the final hand. All right. Another witness testimony. The last hand, both men had full house. There's 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. Wait a minute. Did I not actually look at the suits of the cards? I don't see any duplicates. But they also have 2 decks of cards, so... 4 of each card in a deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. Really? How? There's a king of hearts, king of spades, king of diamonds. There's no duplicate aces. There is a 2 of spades. Or a 3 of spades on the floor. I don't see any... I don't see a way to cheat there. Oh, I mean, here you can... No, that's still a clover and a heart. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, let's see what she says. The next moment, the game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker. Well, bruh. Think you have time to play poker in law school? Apparently you did. I can't trash talk Mr. Payne. I love him. He's good at his job. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. Bro! You don't need to know about poker? Oh, is this some kind of secret poker ring? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with the 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. I don't see a contradiction. Well, they both have full houses. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Bonk. The defense may cross-examine the witness. He did cheat in the last hand. That still leaves one important question. Is the right lost the hand? I don't know how he well, no, obviously that makes sense. He should have lost the hand. So how did he win? That means that he cheated somehow. I've never heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think he cheated. Okay, let's go. Just how hard is it to make a full house anyway? It is quite hard, da. It is making a pair and 3 of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. It's very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of courtroom number 3. Very difficult, da, but it's not impossible. Okay, full house, hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time. Good one, Apollo. Okay. 4 of each card, you say? Da, there's 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from the number of seasons. Huh, you don't say. Oh, and did you know that then cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards to the deck and you get 364 a year. That one I didn't know. I actually didn't know that one. It's pretty interesting. Also, I thought it was 365, but I guess it's like, doesn't really matter. Huh, you don't say. Isn't that 1 day short? Yeah, wait, I was just gonna say, yeah. It's 365, right? That's why each deck has 2 jokers. For leap year? They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Wow, I am on fire. I am on fire today, dude. Also tells you I've been handling cards for way too long in my life. Unless you have perfect representation of the year. All in the deck of cards. Huh, you don't say. Apollo does not care. We're gonna be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. What's the cheat? How was it clear? Duh, well, the defendant, he played the fifth ace. Okay. A fifth ace? But you had 2 decks of cards, so there would have been 8 aces. You still remember both hands very well. It's just not his hand. That's just not his hand. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. Mr. Wright's had 2. Obviously, cheating was afoot. Or perhaps I should say, a hand. They said that they used 2 decks of cards. That would be 8 aces. Also, that's not the right hand. Oh my goodness. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Payne's joke. I like his joke. I think it's a good joke. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. A 5th ace. Duh, it should not exist, no. We still remember both hands very well. So what was the duplicate? The heart? The spade. Right's 2-2, okay. Perhaps we should ask the defendant the very same question. Adding cards to a deck is no less serious taboo than the forging evidence in a court of law. Now, perhaps it's time for you to say something, Justice. You bet. I have no intention of staying quiet. Not me. No, sir. Better find some contradicting evidence fast. Alright, so it's clearly that one, but let's keep pressing the rest here. Do you recall what the men were arguing about? Duh, I believe so. The victim, he shouts, "You are a cheater," and then the defendant shouts something like, "I have an objection." Objection! Murders you. Objection! Slams your face in with a wine bottle. I object. Shouting objection, eh? Old habits are hard to break. First, he bluffed his way through this courtroom. Now, he bluffs his way through life. Objection! However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. That seems to cast a shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith. Humiliation from losing. Even when cheating. That is what set fire to the defendant's heart. So what did the flaming defendant do next? Hold it! By bottle, are you referring to this? Duh, the defendant uses this bottle to sob. This behavior is an admission of cheating by the defendant. But why use a grape juice bottle? You'd be surprised at what can be used as a weapon. This juice is recommended drink of Bosch Bull Club, duh. Monsieur's vintage is remarkable for its hefty flavor. Hefty enough to brain a grown man, and apparently. First she says it was a serious competition, now she says they were cheating. Justice, notice anything odd? Her testimony keeps changing. Now she says the defendant cheated. Actually, yes, I noticed that. Let's get to the truth about this cheating first, shall we? Right, leave it to me. Mr. Smith had 3 aces, Mr. Wright had 2. It's literally, that's just not right. Yeah, they both had 2 aces. You're just dumb. I'm sorry, Olga. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Oh man, that's how Apollo hits on her. You are mistaken. Get it? Because you're mistaken. It's probably some anti-riz, because that would actually imply that they're already taken, so you're not hitting on them. You'd be like turning them down or acknowledging. I don't know. I'm gonna stop thinking about that because I don't think that was. I'm gonna move on. I'm dumb. Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point on the contradiction in this photo. What a particular point contradicts... Okay. Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But you can clearly see the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Eek. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating, all right, and it's going right here in this courtroom. I don't know who's cheating in the courtroom, but okay. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces in total. There were 8. Did we forget about that fact? There were 2 decks of cards. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. That was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying. She's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne? Yes. The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that these cards be shown to the court. Ooh, was it a double-sided card? Look at that. Let me pull out my stupid little magician knowledge. Double-sided card. Could be magnetic card, where you have 2 cards that magnetically snap together, and you can like swap the order. Could be a lot of stuff. Bonk that I'm a little embarrassed to admit. Very well, prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? Cards don't prove that cheating was going on. Nothing will. Which one of these hands is more suspicious? Probably the victim's hand. Because I don't think Phoenix cheated. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's card. Why not both, dude? Why not look at both? Why would you not look at both? Whatever. Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. All right, receive the evidence. Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice. All right. Let's see if I was right. Oh. Okay, well, I was not right, but... Alright, only one of the cards has a blue back. Much more of a red guy myself, but blue is so not red, you know? Oh, here we go. The card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using a blue back cards in the final hand. Wait, so they were playing with 2 decks? Was it like they switched decks every hand? So like every hand they swapped what deck they were using? Okay, because I thought they just shuffled them together, but... Because I thought that would make it weird and easier to cheat, but... I guess that means they just, every single hand, they just used a different deck. Yes, sir. Oh, I already did this. I'm way ahead of you, Kristoff. I'm way ahead of you, Kristoff. I already did it. All right. I already did it. Well, has the defense found anything of relevance? I think I found out that the guy has nothing. Oh, I have to do it again. I went too fast. Okay. Yes. Examine the hand again. Okay, let me actually do this without just backing out. What? Your Honor, look at this. How did they not see this, dude? Man, these detectives are so bad. Look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is different color. That's impossible. But I put the card in Wright's hand. Oh, what'd you just say? Oh, okay. So you try to plant a card? What was that, Miss Orley? No, niet. Oh, she said no. She said no instead of niet. Okay, so she is acting. Interesting. This was definitely, if this is like a twist act, definitely the best twist act villain they've had in this game yet. I totally bought her. So yeah, if this is putting on an act, this is definitely the best act character I've seen. I merely said, duh, I have eek. Your Honor, Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat in poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Yeah, I guess. That would make it easier. Still not easy. You know how hard it is to stack a deck? It's not easy. Wait, so you mean... This witness, Miss Orley, she's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Yeah. I suppose maybe she's not... I mean, that no got me. Also, bonk bonk. Maybe she's not, like, she's not hiding her personality. I think maybe this is who she is. But the fact that she slipped up and said no instead of niet. So, I don't know. Order, order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Jesus, man. You can't say that. What the hell? How did that fly by? How does that fly by as a joke? What the heck, guys? Capcom? What the hell is that? What kind of joke is that supposed to mean? Capcom? Excuse me? I am floored that they would make this kind of joke. That is a crazy joke to make. What the heck? Jesus God. That is not a good look, Capcom. Oh my goodness. What on earth? I'm moving on. But that's a yikes for me. Apollo, Jesus. Granted, it makes sense for his character to be like, oh, that was genuinely a miswording. It's like but like that's clearly a joke that the writers made. That is a crazy joke. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put the card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client. No, she said she put it in right hand. But the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Oh. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Not really. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine the altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense is accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accused... That's funny. The defense accuses witness Miss Olga Orley of murder. Yeah, I don't think she did it. Good catch again, though. Committed to the bit. I don't think she did it. Mr. Payne, where's your witness, Miss Olga Orley? It appears she lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice. Your Honor, it seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means? This court cannot pronounce you a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. Bunk. I see no point in prolonging this trial today. Ooh. Okay, interesting. So normally the tutorial case is a one-day trial. You get it done in one sitting. Then you learn how to investigate with the second trials. But this one, I guess we're going to do at least a 2-day trial. I'm assuming this tutorial case is just going to be a normal case. It's like they gave you the tutorial in the first presentation, and now we're just going straight into investigation. It might just be a 3-day trial. Okay. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Objection! Oh, never mind. I take it back. After all that talk, it's still going to be a 1-day trial. I just needed to wait one A button press. One singular A button press, and I wouldn't... Okay. Mr. Wright? We can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? He said we're prolonging it. We're taking like a recess. What are you doing, Mr. Wright? We're raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous. Well, he's trying to teach Apollo that winning isn't everything. The truth is what really matters. So Phoenix knows the truth, and he wants Apollo to remember, hey, you need all the answers finished before you walk out of this courtroom. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know, Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Bunk. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game of that fateful night. As we said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. Use 2 different colors and they still got mixed up. Going to go to sleep. Yeah, have a good sleep. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Sleep well, team. The red deck was used for the last game. I see, but that's odd. Oh no, so wait. We used, so they just played multiple games, not multiple hands. I'm so confused as to how they're using these. For some reason, I have the impression that they were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I mean... Oh, because the blue cards are on the table, I see. Yeah, and here they're on the table. Sure, someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. In the end, one card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating. Yeah, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? He's just walking him through his own trial. Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. Could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? I feel like it would have to be... Wait. We can see the backs of the cards here, and the king was the blue one. So they would have noticed. So it would have had to been after. After the murder, right? Yeah, the card was swapped after the murder to tamper with evidence, basically. Because otherwise we would have found out why they were... Who cheated, or whatever. Right? Perhaps it happened after the murder? What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly as over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are different color. If you pulled that during the game, you'd get caught in no time. Oh, quite true. Yeah, because you hold the backs of the cards to face them, so you would have noticed. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? To tamper with the evidence, Pain. It has nothing to do with cheating. It has everything to do with tampering. Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another. Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for the blue card? Who? The game and the murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orly. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for the blue? I guess it was Olga? Why, it must have been Olga Orly who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up the evidence of the cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry. There's a problem with that explanation. Okay. Huh? The swap card was from the wrong deck. Yes, a blue card was stuck into a red hand. Mixing card from the wrong deck when the backs have are different colors. Remember that you're talking about Olga Orly. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such a novice mistake? Actually, I have some trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Give that a little more thought, Apollo. Right. Alright, so it has to be somebody else. One who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. Well, doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly either. What are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As the defense, I think it might make sense for you to point... It might make sense for you to name Miss... Wait, really? But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orly, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong colored card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know the two colors were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. Person replaced the fifth ace with a king. Sure, whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. So there was a fifth ace. There was an actual fifth ace in play. And whoever swapped it out to a king not in play. Okay. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So, they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, the person doesn't exist. True, not until now. But you have to admit, they had missed the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. I love how Phoenix is just like, yeah, I've been withholding evidence for like 6 hours and I don't care. Because I am the main character. What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. Bonk. This trial has proceeded on one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes? Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. Okay, we get a little recess. Go on the swings here. April 20th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. I suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well, now, I'd think you would know the answer to that. I love how, like, smug these guys are. They know that... They know everything. And Apollo is just like, come on, guys, give me a help. Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice. Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? No, this is after he became an attorney. He's 33 now, so he is a pianist, apparently. So he's supposedly retired. Yeah, no, he's retired. Now he's the mentor. Now I am the master. Sure. The locket that you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Yeah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. And that's a picture of my daughter in there. Is it Trixie? Trixie? It is! I think it is, I'm not sure. Surprised to hear you had a daughter. I didn't think any woman loved you. No, I'm kidding. I loved him. I don't know why I went so hard with that evil laugh. I went way too hard with that. I need to go to bed. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. I think her name's Trixie. So I guess that's where I got confused. So there was a Phoenix Wright offspring in the game, and for some reason I assumed it was Apollo Justice. But I mean, his last name is Justice. So I don't know why I thought that, you know, he should have had the same last name. Well, whatever. I was right. There was a Phoenix Wright offspring in the game. Close enough. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. Oh, guys, we're getting lore. We're getting lore. What did you do 7 years ago? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. Did you cheat on your wife? Is that what they're implying? Did you cheat on your wife? Huh? Did you have a wife? You can't cheat. You need to have a a significant other in order to cheat, and nobody would date you. I need to stop being mean. He's a good-looking guy. He's a good guy. I'm sure he found someone. I don't think it would have been Maya. I think it could have been. Kind of looks like a Maya, like a Fae, to be fair. He cheated. Yeah, he cheated in Phoenix Wright with cheat codes. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. What? That's not true. What do you mean? No, you can't. What? This is a metaphor, but I don't think it's work. Huh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. Oh, yeah, because you could just fold. Yeah. You could also bluff, yeah. I play poker all the time, obviously. Yeah. Took me a minute. Yeah, you could just fold or you could bluff. Derp. And that way, it's a lot like court case. Poker is like trial law. Figure out what your opponent's thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Well, you also had a spirit medium helping you out. Although I don't want to take any credit away from you. You literally had a spirit medium that could, you know, channel the spirit of the dead. So, just pointing that out there. Oh, you know what? His wife is probably Iris. I just thought. I mean, I guess they don't have to end up marrying each other, but that she seemed very into him at the end of the game. Spoiler alert, I suppose. I don't know. It's not that big of a spoiler alert. You beat your opponent by psyching them out. I mean, yeah, I guess that is exactly what happens here and in poker. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Do you notice? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Someone who's good? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. It's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. No. No, Mia. I miss Mia. My wife. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on those signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will soon. Yeah, I almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know that I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? He's like, bro, I've been lying. You should know, I've been lying on the witness stand this whole time. But it's okay, I'm cool. I'm allowed to get away with it. Come on, man. I have my reasons, of course. And all shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? No idea, my cards of steel were that special. It's time. Is Apollo Justice gonna have, like, a literal superpower? Because, like, that'd be kind of cool. Because usually it's been the Fae sidekick who has the superpower. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. To be continued. Oh man, to be continued right now. Overlap this here. Continue on to the next chapter? Yeah. We'll go on for a little bit longer here. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Bonk. Court will now reconvene. Hope we got ads soon. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of these events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. Or prosecute. It's like, Your Honor, I'm tired. I would like to go home. I quit. I would like to take a tired day. All right, enjoy your ads, everybody. I will see you in a little bit. We won't go too far past this, but we'll go a little bit. Aye. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Welcome back. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser. Not. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was really good acting. I mean, yeah, out of all the acting, that was the best one. She hit that really well. What if I go full on? Name's Olga Orley. Go full on Lotta Hart. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orley. Oh really? Oh really? Orley? No, that's not the joke. Is that the joke? Oh really? Want to know something else? It's not really Russian. And my last name sounds like oh really? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Oh really? That's so stupid. I was looking for it. I was like, there's a pun in this name. But I also didn't want to come off as like being insensitive because it's a Russian name. They knew what they were doing. They hid their pun behind a Russian, like behind a cultural barrier. Man. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. I like her outfit, though. Witness, you will tell the court what you really are up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Oh, that oath doesn't mean crap in this world, dude. You can do whatever you want. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bull Club several days prior to that night of the game. As a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of the game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant. Really, you see. We set up a trap of sorts. I was the planted card in Wright's pocket beforehand. And then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Oh, so you were gonna win anyway. And then you would also call him out for cheating. So he lost even though he cheated. Okay. Interessante. Welcome back from ads, everybody. As you can see, he found out she was acting this whole time. I should have seen it. Definitely the best acting we've seen so far in the game. She did good. Her name's Olga O'Reilly. Oh, really? Because this game is hilarious. Just like what the legend would be dashed, or just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all prior wins. 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh, really? Orley? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree, the trap was elegant. Not really. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky. I'll give him that. You'd have to be What you'd have to be to slip free, or you'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers or Orly. Oh, really? Hang on. I'm gonna die every time they make that joke. 1 second. Okay, I think we're good. The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? Also, you need to chill out, Judge. I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. Bonk. All right, Your Honor. Put her in prison. She just... When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. All right, here we go. All right. Best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the hand. Just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was no good cheating defending. A surprisingly frank testimony still leaves us mostly in the dark. Trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. That rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice. The witness is like her. Who needs criminals? But defendants like Mr. Wright. Who needs prosecutors? We still need them. Hold it! This planted card, which was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts. I don't think poker has trump. Right? Poker doesn't have a trump. I don't think it does. Well, I'm looking that up. Does poker have a trump? I guess it would have to, right? Does poker have trump? Have a trump? I should look up. Does poker have a trump? Okay, it's just a bunch of articles about what the president's gonna do to I want to know about... Guys, Trump means something else. Why are they all about him? I need to know the lore. I don't care about this. I don't think poker has a trump. So trump in cards is like, you basically, it's a suit. It's usually not a specific card, it's a suit, right? Basically, you have a trump, so like if you're playing a game that involves the highest number or something, and 2 people lay down the same number, you have a trump suit. So that suit will be like better than the other one or whatever, you know? So like a 5 of hearts would mean that, you know, the hearts beats it over like a clubs or something like that. But I don't think poker has a trump. So I don't know. And specifically a trump card being a 5 of hearts. I don't know what they're playing. Let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. Do they mean a wild card? Why would that make a full house? Oh, no, you're saying he would have been dealt a 5. You're saying that, okay, so then he would have been dealt a 5, swapped it with the ace. So that would have been your plan. Your excuse. You said he has a 5 in his pocket. He must have swapped it with the ace. I get it. I get it. Hello, Marie Franz. Yes, no Gotcha Girls today. But we do have Gotcha Girls Wednesday and Friday. So we do have that. But no, this is our Monday streams. Our Monday streams are back to Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton. So we're playing Apollo Justice today. I've been doing this for like 3 years. Yeah, our Mondays I've been doing Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton. I've been doing them back to back for over 3 years now. Hush Hush was like a little in-between game, so we're playing Apollo Justice. I hope you're ready for some cringe voice acting. But how are you doing? It's good to see ya. Hope you're doing good. All right. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend. I slid it into Wright's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match, of course, while he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we serve borscht and suckers too. Ooh, they serve. Then what's this? What's this piece of bread? What's that piece of bread, huh? Remind me never to go there. Hey, I'd take a lollipop. Lollipops are pretty good. Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. What is borscht? I'm looking it up. Borscht. Borscht. It's a sour soup made with meat, stock, vegetables, and seasoning. Yikes. Does not look great. But it just looks like blood. It's red. It's gross. It looks gross. I would probably try it though. I would try it. I'd taste it, you know? Super sleep. Promise of great voice acting. Oh no. Because of the beats. That's probably what it is, yeah. Not a huge beat guy. Not a huge beat guy. But I'd try it. So everything went according to plan. Well, I hope you can rest well and sleep nice soon. Game? Exactly. The fifth ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. I wonder if they switched her profile picture. They did! Now it's like a smug. Oh, you missed it, Murray. So this girl was caught or dressing up as like a very shy, timid Russian girl. So then she flipped the switch and was like, actually, I was lying. Wahahaha. That's why you can't beat certain games. Listen here, Ice. I'm doing all right. A little sick, but we're having a good time here. I've been waiting to play a Phoenix Wright game for so long. I didn't expect Hush Hush to take that long. So I'm so excited to be back. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. Worse things to be known as, I suppose. Tell us what happened with the search. Whoops. Card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Okay, I think she's using trump as like a figure of speech, not a literal trump card, because there's no trump in poker. I don't think there is. I really don't. I haven't been played poker in a long time, but I'm almost certain there's no trump. Unless it's a niche poker. I don't know. Thank you, thank you. I hope I do too. Gone without a trace. Poof, Zippo. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. What if he folded up inside the locket? The card has an image of Trump on it. Oh man. Oh man. No, but every single article does. And I'm like, guys, I want to learn about poker. Not that. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct? Never my long storied career. Never has Quick Fingers or Orly been so readily duped. Not dumped. She's never been dumped. Obviously not. Oh, really? So, what did happen to that 5 of hearts? Don't look at me. Why don't you ask the cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? 5 of hearts is still missing in action. I mean, if you look here, there is in the bottom left corner, theoretically, that could be a 5 of hearts. But I don't think that's what I'm supposed to think of. That'd be too crazy. Wait, Isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well. Whoa. That's new. That's a new thing. What the heck? Excuse me? What was that just now? I sensed something. So he does this as a superpower. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Yeah. Miss Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? Me? Quick Fingers Orley? Hide something? Oh. Bro, you haven't spoken up in a while, Payne. What are you doing? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course. Oh, she's touching her neck. She's touching her neck. She's lying. She's a lion. Of course it's true. I did see it. Honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. What is this? I saw it when Wright hit him with my own eyes. I saw it. It's this weird vibe I'm getting. It's not a vibe. Your vision is like going insane. You need to go to a doctor. I think I'm having a stroke. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during the certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Dun 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 dun. Touching her neck, was it? Whoa, what is this? What is this? This is all new to me. What the heck? What? Whoa, what's going on? This sensation. It's coming into focus. There, the twitch, it's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit. I couldn't before. Perceive, okay. Gotcha! Gotcha? Hey, I play those games. Whoa. Okay. Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. Is that going to be the new game mechanic? I hope there's like more to it. I hope I guess it could just be more of a storytelling technique, but I'm assuming there's going to be more of a gameplay mechanic to it. Like maybe you have to search their body to find the twitch. So I actually have to pay attention to the sprites. I can't just enjoy them for being beautiful. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? Oh, you're back. Hey, buddy, what's up? I thought you were still gone. I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says the part of her testimony, she subconsciously recalls something. Her body reacts to the memory. She touches her neck. Oh, so they're going down the route of like literal, like, that's kind of what happens in real life. Like habits sometimes reflect like a trauma of some sort. So maybe she got strangled. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about? Bonk. This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. What would remind her of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left the inerasable, hey, it's an eraser, inerasable impression on your neck was this. Probably the locket? I don't have a picture of the locket. My attorney's badge. No, throw my badge at her neck. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's the bottle? Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. What reminds us more of the moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. Thank you, Saribot. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Bad wording again. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Oh. Is this not acting and it's multiple personality disorder then? Yet, I'm knowing nothing. We know you're not Russian. Bonk. The witness will testify, please, now. Ah, fine. Okay, so I thought, like, are they going down a multiple personality disorder route? I don't think they are. I think that was just a silly joke. All right, we're going to finish this cross-examination, and then we will call it a night. He did it. Or he's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. But you did. Hold it! You seem uneasy. You try standing up there. Or up here. My eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of that witness. So, what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed, I guess. I don't know. Basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. What's that? Bonk. Well, show us the evidence, Mr. Justice. The evidence that you claim that contradicts the testimony. She didn't let him out of sight until the cops got there. We know there's some evidence that contradicts that. Yeah, it's this, because he was on the different floor. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room and climbed the stairs. And made a phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bull Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Eek! Oh, she didn't drop the stuff. She dropped all her food. The man who picked up and swung the bottle that night wasn't the defendant. Ooh. Hold on, I'm gonna make a quick save here. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna watch this again. I think we'll end it after this. Someone who drew this picture is a spider. Spider! Showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Wah! Just then, Mr. Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right. And he hit me. Oh. You, some master of cheating you are turned out to be. Oh, he hit you. Eek. And you got knocked out. When I came to, Lord Victor was already dead, is that it?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Mr. Smith, I'd be unsuspect for sure. Well, I mean, you kind of instantly were. You were instantly in, it's like it's suspect because, I don't know, Phoenix didn't do it. But I think that's where we're going to end it here. We're going to end it right there.